I would like to take a minute and really express our appreciation for the retirees that have been so faithful, so loyal to us, and really have become very close friends to most of, if not all of us on there. And with that, Robin, I would ask you if you could introduce them so we don't forget any.
So I'm going to take over here just because it's a little harder for Jack to see this list. So we have several retirees this year. Some of them aren't here, but I'm still going to say who they are, what their title is. We have Cathy Gilchrist, physical therapist with 23 years of service. Cathy is not here. Barbara Petrus, teaching assistant with 5 years of service. Barbara is not available either. Rich Hallenbeck, crisis intervention worker with 17 years of service. Pat Williams, senior clerk with 30 years of service. Susan DiDonato, school attorney with 16 years of service. Linda Sheridan, teaching assistant with 27 years of service. Esther Riddering, teaching assistant with 20 years of service. Cynthia Burola, special education teacher with 31 years of service. Miriam Giller, social worker with 30 years of service. Nora Haran, special ed teacher with 35 years of service. Phyllis, tell me how I say your last name. Phyllis, are you there?
Yes,
Yep.
it's Czwakiel.
Czwakiel. Okay, sorry about that, Phyllis. Phyllis has been a teaching assistant with us for an amazing 31 years. And so we want to give her an opportunity to say something. And I don't know if her supervisor is here, but I'll give them
Yes, I've appreciated. Yes, I just want to say thank you. It's been a rewarding career for me. See the milestones the children through the years have reached, and the dedication and caring of all the staff and administrators.
Thank you for all those years of service.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phyllis. Sure, I would love to. I'm glad to speak on Phyllis's behalf. Phyllis, 31 years is an amazing amount of time to do what you did and to do it with such love and care for our students consistently. And, you know, when I first started working for Questar, Phyllis was in the first program I supervised. It was a summer position only. And so I could say she's partially responsible for me being here because that position that I had in summer, I really fell in love with the special education programs at Questar and really wanted to be a part of them. Phyllis is not necessarily someone who's going to be the first person you notice when you walk in the room. She's a little bit more quiet than some of her colleagues, a little bit more reserved. But one of the reasons you won't notice Phyllis is because you'll notice the students. And the reason for that is because Phyllis has been there to support them. So Phyllis, your work has been exemplary throughout. And again, I don't know what we're going to do without you, but I really appreciate the opportunity to work with you and to learn from you. And I wish you all the best in your retirement.
Hear, hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We next have Gail Simmons, Subfinder textbook assistant with 9 years. Terri Wyman, licensed practical nurse with 25 years. Andrew Stutter is here with us this evening. He is our building maintenance mechanic with 18 years of service. Andy, you want to say something?
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for a great experience at Questar. It's all been super. Had some great bosses over the years. It was always like Craig Hansen, and Mike Bruno was a big help in this retirement thing. And Robin, it's good to see you.
It's good
Thank
to
you.
Thank you so much, Andy.
And Robin, if I could chime in.
Please.
Yeah, Andy, I appreciate the time that you spent with us over the last 18 years. Your service, you know, to not just the department, but the students and the staff in the buildings. You definitely added to the safety and the safe environment. I will admit, though, I'm not going to miss those 5 o'clock in the morning calls from you to say, sorry to bother you, but But again, I appreciate your dedication and everything you've done, and it has a huge impact to the operations department. So thank you and good luck.
Thanks, Greg, but it only happened twice.
I think it's more than that.
Thank you.
Next, we have Louis Capelli. He is also here with us this evening. He is the Academy for Information Technology teacher with 20 years of service. Andy, would you like to speak? Oh, maybe he's not here, and I thought he was. I apologize. Andy is not here. Going on, we do have Hillary Riley here with us this evening. She is our integrated academic science teacher with 14 years of service. And Hillary, would you like to say something?
Sure. I prepared a little statement. I shared it with Gladys and with Mike already, but I'd like to share it with the board as well. I just wanted to say that, I'm leaving my employ with a really heavy heart, but I'm confident that my colleagues and the union leadership team are going to be able to carry on the work, that we've already started in process with as much dedication and commitment as before my decision to retire. And I believe that our BOCES continues to hold promise and hope for the future, and that we continue to lead our region through difficult times. And I've always held our staff and administrative team in such high regard. All right, this is gonna be hard. And that's what makes our BOCES so successful. So I want to thank the Board of Education for their continued support of staff and their students, and especially my principal, Jake Stomorowski, for always going above and beyond the call of duty. And most of all, for all my colleagues, because I'm so proud of every single one of them. And I thank you all. I'm going to miss you dearly.
We're going to miss
Thank
you
you,
too,
Hillary.
Hillary.
It's been a pleasure to be
Thank you,
with
Hillary.
Thank you, Hillary.
Thank
And
you.
Hillary, I
Hillary.
will be missing our coffee meetings at Starbucks and at 7 o'clock in the morning. We had great conversations to move the programs and always forward. So thank you for your leadership in the union, and good luck in your retirement.
You will be missed, Hillary.
I'm going to go back for 1 second because I do see that I have a Louis here, and I want to say that's probably Louis Capelli. Louis, is that you that's here with us?
There he is.
Hello. Hi. So I am
Hi.
sorry, I didn't have your video until just now, and all it says is Louis, but I thought you were here. I'm going to backtrack.
I was trying to go incognito there.
No such luck here. Louis, again, is our Academy for Information Technology teacher, and he has 20 years of service.
Yep, and it was a fun 20 years. And if you take my, with total service, I'm at 34 years with other institutions. So it's quite a long time to be in one profession. And I loved every moment at Questar.
Thank you so much, Phil.
Thank you.
Anthony?
Yes, thank you, Robin. Lou, I'll tell you, when you said you were going to retire, it was bittersweet. We love you. And I'm speaking for all of the staff. So I asked the staff, I played a word association game with the staff, and I said, Lou's retiring, and I want to play a game with you. So please indulge me. And I said, if I say Lou Capelli, what do you say? And they say, great sense of humor, protective of his students, helps everyone, welcomes everyone, goes above and beyond, a true co-teacher, a gentleman. I agree with every one of their statements. I also want you to know that his students always give him 5s when we do our end of the year surveys. So Lou, it's going to be big shoes that someone's going to have to fill when you leave. If you didn't know, I mean, Lou came here and started the didn't start, he walked in on the electrical trade program. So before you said, I didn't know Lou was an electrician. And if you're going to ask for his phone number, I'm going to stop you right there because everyone needs a good electrician. Lou came into this program because they were actually, he told me that they were actually fixing, one of their responsibilities was building computers in that program. So by the start of the next year, Lou had already been trained in Cisco Academy for 20 years since he's been 19 years after his first year. We've had Cisco Academy. And we're so lucky to have that program in our building. And we were so lucky to have, you know, Lou in our building. And I speak for everyone, Lou, just so you know. So on behalf of the staff, the students, and me personally, I want to wish you the best in retirement. We hope you have a long and healthy one and can spend some of those 20 years you gave to Questar and your students now to your loved ones and do everything you want to do in your time off. And by the way, if you didn't know this about Lou, Lou in his retirement isn't going to learn electricity. He's going to program apps. So look for his name in the App Store. I know I will. So Lou, all the best and thank you for your 20 years of continuous service.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thanks,
That
Lou.
was nice.
Thank you all.
I'm gonna back up to Jake because poor Jake kind of got drowned out during Hillary's accolades from all of us, and he really would like to say something on her behalf.
Thank you, Robin. Hillary, I got to start by saying you got emotional. You made my job harder. Hillary has been such a role model for all of our teachers and students. The creativity she puts into each and every science lesson. I will miss going into classrooms and seeing projects like measuring the wind flow over a wing that a student made from aviation, to mold cultures and culinary and cosmetic and the welding projects co-taught by you and the other integrated staff. The creativity is so great. I just can't expand out it any more than that. But then you also, as a teacher and fellow staff member, go out of your way to help any staff member, not just because of your union role, but because of who you are. The personal contact, the professional development that you offer one-on-one, not even counting the professional development you offer groups, which is incredible, and you're still on the agenda tomorrow for the PD Day. Your union leadership has been incredible, and over the summer, the administrative staff went through a training with Pat Greco, and one of the things we discussed was the we-they thing, the blaming thing. There has never been a conversation I've had with you that hasn't been we. Just we working together to help our staff and students grow. So I can't thank you enough. You will be missed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jake. Next, I have Christopher Foster. Christopher is our adult literacy program specialist. And Chris has been with us for 21 years, and he unfortunately is not here with us this evening. And last but not least, I have Jeannie Sickles, teaching assistant. Jeannie has been with us for 26 years, and she is not here with us either. I'm going to give some of the supervisors who took time out of their evening to be with us tonight to speak on behalf of some of the retirees, namely the ones that are available for us this evening. Shauna, if I could start with you.
Yes, I just wanted to join. We do have a handful of folks retiring from our special education department, and I had the opportunity in my relatively short time here at Questar to meet all of them and to hear of all of the wonderful things that they do to help support students and families, and continue to do, even during this time period. So I'm just here to wish everyone, good luck in the future in retirement. Phyllis, I know that you're here. Thank you for everything you've done for our students at Columbia and prior to Columbia. It's been a pleasure, and you're the reason that they have the skills. And it's a job that I know that is challenging, and we're so very fortunate to have folks like you to really be there for our students and their families. So thank you very much.
Next, I'm going to turn some time over to Denise Pelosi.
Thank you to Hillary and Lou. And although I have not had the opportunity to spend time with you and really get to know you, it's been a short 5 months. The time that I have spent with you, I can attest to your professionalism and to the quality of care that you have shown our students. They are all a reflection of the work that you have done with them. You will be missed by students and your staff members, the people that have grown to know and love you over these past few years. Thank you for your service, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Denise. Chris Martell.
Thanks, Robin. Again, it's a pleasure to be here. And Phyllis, what I said about you, I could say about so many of your colleagues. What folks may not realize is that out of the Columbia High School program, we have 6 of our staff retiring. So it's big shoes to fill. It's about 150 or so years worth of experience. So it will be a huge void, but I'm sure that the folks who had the opportunity to work with people like Phyllis, Cindy, Nora, Mary, Jeannie, and Miriam have learned as much as I have. So we'll be in good shape, but best wishes to all of our retirees. And again, I wish you all the best for a long, healthy retirement.
Thanks, Chris. Seth Stanton.
Thanks, Robin. So I'm going to talk about Gail Simmons. I've had the pleasure of supervising Gail the past few years. She's worked in the substitute calling ASOP service. Gail has worn a few different hats during her time here with Questar. She spends her school year working with ASOP, the substitute calling, and then in the summer months, she heads down to textbooks at her 1070 Skodak location and helps out down at textbooks. So it speaks to Gail. She brings a smile to work every day, always willing to help, great attitude, someone you really want to be around in the office. She tells us frequently she has a passion for the outdoors. She likes to fish and kayak and those kind of things. So she's looking forward to doing more of that here in retirement, and we're happy to see her do it. So we'd like to thank Gail for all her years of service, and we wish her all the best in retirement.
Thanks, Seth. And last but not least, our HR director, Mike.
Jen, did you want to say anything too, Mulligan? No, Pat?
Oh, yes. Thank
you.
you. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you, Mike. So I had the pleasure of working with Pat Williams. She was in our accounts payable department within the business office. She has served with us for over 30 years. Many would know Pat as being very quiet and content doing her work. She had so much knowledge about accounts payable and just the history of the BOCES. So her contributions were always critical to the business office and also led to the success of the organization. So we wish Pat the very best, and we will certainly miss her.
Great. So I just wanted to say, congratulations to retirees. One of the kind of bittersweet parts of my work is to meet with the retirees as they talk about their plans for the future, learn a little bit more about them personally. As a matter of fact, people who I don't interact on a regular basis, like Andy and perhaps Phyllis and others who share what's going on in their lives and what their future holds for them in retirement. Many of them like Questar so much they do come back and substitute quite a bit for us. So we really appreciate those efforts that they come back and do those things on behalf of their students and also the organization. And I just want to wish them a wonderful retirement. And Hillary, it was quite a surprise when we talked, and we're really going to miss you when you took the reins with the Teachers Association, and the work that you put in communicating with us and working through issues and all the things that you've taken professionally to help this organization, help your membership, has been tremendous. So thank you so much for that. And we're always here for you, all retirees. We're always here for you. If you need anything, give us a shout out. You know what my number is or my email, and I'd be always glad to help anytime. So thanks again, and best of luck.
So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. I'm going to come back to Jake. He'd like to speak on behalf of Chris Foster.
Thank you, Robin. Chris, I've known Chris now for 13, 14, 15 years. He is also a wonderful role model of someone that works extremely hard for all of his students, whether high school or adult. He ran the adult ed program for all these years, the GED program, which is now the TASK. The personal contact that he puts in with each and every person that calls here asking about the GED, he made Questar look really good to all of these adults that went through his programs. He will be missed as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Jake. And now, last but not least, I'm going to go to Anthony Tavey.
Thank you, Robin. I too would like to congratulate all of the retirees and thank all of you for your years of service to our students, the organization, and I was gonna speak to Chris Foster just a little bit. I've only been with Questar. This is just past my 1 year anniversary, and it's kind of fitting that that Chris was one of the first people I met. He brought to me the WIOA grant for my review and signature. That was one of the first things that I did, and it's quite fitting that it's also today was one of the things that I was doing, reviewing the WIOA grant. And just a quick story about Chris that kind of speaks to who he is. Sometimes as individuals are approaching retirement, it can be, he just has the energy and passion continuously. Even as we approach this, the pandemic, his just creativity in working through and creating opportunities for our students is so welcome, and he really made sure that opportunities continue to exist for our students. Just really quick to Hillary. I only again for the short year, but your collaboration and willingness to always work towards consensus, and to work problems through. I've really appreciated the opportunity to bounce things off of you and get your input as we are preparing information for our teachers. You'll be missed. I again congratulate all of our retirees. Thank you so much for everything that you do for our students.
Thanks, Anthony. So we just got news that Brunswick got Zoom bombed on their board meeting tonight. Okay, so we have a resolution in recognizing our retirees, and it resolved that the Board of Cooperative Educational Services, Rensselaer, Columbia, Greene Counties, upon the recommendation of the executive officer, proudly recognizes the service and dedication of the following individuals in honor of their retirement from Questar 3. And we express our deep appreciation for their outstanding commitment and contribution to our organization. We need a first.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And carried. Congratulations all. This is, that's a
Thank you
huge
very much.
tenure of Questar. Congratulations. It's what we're all about. It's just a big family, and I thank you.